My beloved child, listen closely because what I am about to speak over you is not temporary comfort, but eternal truth. The ache you have carried in silence, the betrayal that reshaped your trust, the abandonment that carved fear into your spirit, and the walls you built to survive were never meant to define your destiny. They were chapters, not the conclusion. I have seen every tear you wiped away before anyone noticed. Every night you stared at the ceiling replaying words that broke you. Every moment you questioned your worth because someone else failed to value it. I was there when betrayal stunned your heart, when loyalty was not returned, when promises dissolved, and when you decided it was safer to feel less than to risk feeling deeply again. I watched you construct emotional walls brick by brick. Self-protection, silence, distance, independence. Until even you forgot where the doors were. Those walls kept pain out for a season, but they also kept joy out, connection out, love out. You adapted to numbness and called it strength. You survived on emotional minimums and called it maturity. But survival mode is not the abundant life I designed for you. The loneliness you feel behind those defenses is not proof that you are unlovable. It is proof that your soul was created for real connection, for trust restored, for relationships that nourish rather than drain. And yes, not everyone who approaches you will carry pure intentions, but I am developing in you discernment stronger than fear. You will not need walls when you have wisdom. You will not need isolation when you have healed boundaries. The betrayal that rewired your heart did not rewrite your destiny. The person who left did not prophesy your future. Their inability to stay was not evidence that you are too much or not enough. It was evidence that they lacked the capacity to carry what you bring. You internalized their departure as a verdict on your worth, but it was never about your value. It was about their limitation. And I need you to hear this clearly. I am not temporary. I do not leave when you are difficult. I do not withdraw when you doubt. I do not disappear when you question me. I remain. My presence is not performance-based. My love is not mood-dependent. My commitment to you does not expire. Even when you pushed people away to test whether they would come back. Even when you sabotaged closeness because fear whispered, "Everyone leaves," I stayed. When you clung too tightly out of terror of loss, I stayed. When you detached and pretended you needed no one, I stayed. I am the constant your nervous system has been craving. And I am not asking you for perfect faith, flawless trust, or instant vulnerability. I am asking for one small opening, one honest prayer, one moment where you let your guard soften just enough for light to enter. Healing does not require you to relive every detail at once. It requires willingness. The wound of abandonment that shaped your attachment, the betrayal that reshaped your expectations, the disappointments that reinforced your defenses. None of them are beyond restoration. I am healing you at the root, not just at the symptom. I am restoring your ability to trust without losing discernment, to love without losing yourself, to give without depleting your identity. You fear who you will be without the pain because pain has been your companion for so long. But on the other side of this healing is a version of you that laughs freely, rests deeply, loves wisely, and no longer scans every room for signs of impending loss. The anxiety that something good will suddenly disappear will lose its grip. The voice that says, "Don't get too happy," will grow quiet. The reflex to withdraw before you are rejected will weaken. I am not erasing your past. I am redeeming it. What hurt you will not have the final word. The story that abandonment started is not the story that defines your ending. You were never created to live emotionally guarded, spiritually exhausted, and relationally distant. You were created for peace that surpasses understanding, for joy that is not fragile, for relationships that reflect mutual honor, for purpose that is not shaped by fear. And as I heal you, you will notice subtle shifts. Conversations that once triggered you will feel manageable. Vulnerability will no longer feel like certain danger. Solitude will feel peaceful rather than lonely. and boundaries will feel empowering rather than defensive. This is how restoration unfolds, quietly, steadily, deeply. I am teaching your heart that love is not synonymous with loss. I am showing your nervous system that safety can coexist with closeness. I am rewriting the narrative that says prepare for disappointment into one that says expect goodness. Not naively, not blindly, but confidently anchored. You will open doors again, not recklessly, but courageously. You will let trustworthy people see you, not all at once, but step by step. You will discover that the intimacy you feared is the very space where your soul comes alive. And even if someone disappoints you again, it will not dismantle you, because your foundation will no longer be their consistency, but mine. I am healing the inner child who still wonders why someone didn't stay. I am restoring the adult who learned to overcompensate to avoid being left. I am strengthening the heart that grew tired of hoping. This is your season of emotional healing, restoration after betrayal, freedom from abandonment trauma, and spiritual renewal. The walls are coming down gently. The numbness is thawing slowly. The fear is losing authority. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not destined to repeat the same painful cycles. You are not too damaged to experience deep, healthy, lasting love. I am making all things new within you. Your trust, your hope, your identity, your capacity to receive. And one day you will look back at this chapter not with bitterness, but with gratitude, because you will see how the very wounds that once defined you became the doorway to your transformation. Stay with me. Reach, even if your hand trembles. Let the light in, even if it feels unfamiliar. Healing is not just possible, it is already unfolding, and I am not leaving your side while it does. My beloved child, as this healing continues, you will begin to recognize something beautiful taking place within you. The triggers that once felt overwhelming will slowly lose their intensity. The memories that used to sting like open wounds will start to feel like closed chapters. Not erased, not denied, but redeemed. You will notice that where panic once rushed in, peace now pauses. Where suspicion once dominated, wisdom now gently evaluates. This is not you becoming cold. This is you becoming whole. For so long, you believed strength meant bracing yourself for impact. You thought maturity meant expecting disappointment, so you would not be surprised. But true strength